Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So a funny thing has happened here. I seriously made this tweet, Dual Dokkan Festival. So we can go over this, right? So it does look like LR Vegito Blue and LR Fusion ZAMASU are going to be a dual Dokkan Fest. By the way, this is Minato's picture. We just grabbed this. We love Minato. We'll give him a little heart right there. But this perfect image for me to talk over. Thank you, Minato. My bestie. I love him. Okay, so if you guys are not aware, I seriously is able to see news that is going to be coming to Global Dokkan early. So what this tells us is that Global very soon in the news is going to get the Dokkan Fest, teaser or announcement for both Vegito Blue and Fusion ZAMASU. Thus, it's a dual Dokkan Fest. Now, this of course is going to be different from last year, in which part 1 we had the Carnival Super Saiyan Goku, and then in part 2 we had the Metal Cooler character, which were the two Carnival characters. Now, last year's Cooler movie celebration was the best celebration in Dokkan history. I would say chances are very high that this celebration is going to pass it, but for sure that Cooler movie celebration was #1 all time. The whole time, during the best celebration in Dokkan history, all people did was bitch and complain about everything. And then it's like time goes by and everyone's like, oh yeah, that was the best. Like, I don't really see too much. I see sometimes people are like, well, I like the 7th anniversary better, but the Cooler movie celebration was still super fire. Like, that's the stuff, like someone who doesn't think the Cooler movie celebration is the best ever, it's usually just like, oh, I just like the 7th anniversary a bit better, right? So, but again, the whole Cooler movie celebration last year, people were so damn negative. Now, one of the big things was the Carnival format itself. Let's take a look here at this banner right here. So this is Goku's initial banner. So the Carnival banner did a couple of things. It introduced a Carnival coin, a new coin, and then it made this format of banner, which is quite, I mean, it's far superior to yellow coin banners, right? For sure. But I think the main point of this was to split the Dokkan Fest up, because regardless of what anyone wants to try and say, all of these celebrations, part 2 has never even come close to competing with part 1, right? It's like Legends had kind of a far opposite thing going, where typically it's like, you know, a lot of times lately they do 3 parts. They'll do like LF, then Ultra. But like Legends has kind of set it up usually now to where it's like the first 2 LFs are almost irrelevant compared to the Ultra, right? So it's like, I don't think Legends or Dokkan really does it correctly. You could probably say that the last anniversary for Legends was, because the first LF is the best unit in the game, and then the Ultra in part 3 is #2. So they did nail that one, I guess. But I think that dropping both Dokkan Fest in part 1 and both Carnivals in part 2 is stupid. And if they are going to do this, it does beg the question, what is even the point of Carnivals in the first place, right? Like, there's no purpose to them. This, I thought, was a good idea to try and create, like, not necessarily a Dokkan Fest LR, but like just like almost like a counterpart. Like this new type of LR is going to be on the same level as Dokkan Fest LRs, but it's not actually going to be a Dokkan Fest. I thought it was a good idea, right? The banners are much better. Now, the coins being new is stupid. I mean, I don't think that there's any reason they ever had to do that, because we have this coin right here, which, I mean, I'm the biggest whale in the game, and I don't even really have that many of those coins, these blue coins, because there's been very few banners that have had them. They easily could have just made the Carnival characters blue coins, and I think it would have been fine. To me, at this point, that's my one real issue with it, where there's no like positive whatsoever, is it didn't need a new coin. There's no way, right? So if they had just been blue coins, I think that would have kind of gotten rid of a lot of the stuff, right? But the Cooler movie celebration last year, all of these Dokkan celebrations, you look at part 2, and it just does not move the needle. Like, it's like, you know, we can get some hype for, like, cool characters, like, you know, LR Rose, right, and stuff like that, who was a part 2 character for one of these major celebrations. But these part 2s just never really move the needle. Last year, the part 2 was so much far and beyond hype of part 2 that we've ever seen. People were so excited for Goku and Vegeta and Metal Cooler because it was a Dokkan Fest plus a carnival. So this year, I mean, unless they're going to do 4 Dokkan Fests, which I don't think they're going to do. I think it's probably going to be, you know, dual Dokkan Fest in part 1, dual carnival in part 2. I think we're going to see a significant drop-off in hype. We'll see. I mean, could they give us Spirit Bomb Sword Trunks and then, I don't know, Rosé? Who else could we get? Could they do a future Gohan? Maybe. The thing is if we're going to say like a blue Vegeta or a blue Goku or something like that, a lot of that would be in the Vegito card, since they're going to, it's blue Goku and Vegeta that fuse into Vegito. So I think a lot of the major attacks that Goku and Vegeta are doing throughout the arc are probably going to be in the base version, the blue Goku and the blue Vegeta portion of the unit. But I just don't like this. I don't like this. I think that this is going to make part 2 far worse. All of the whiny negative Nancys have certainly won here. I do wonder, I was talking with Nano a little while ago, I do wonder so they drop a survey at the end of the celebration. I wonder if it was overwhelmingly negative, so since then they've decided to move to this format. Now, I would imagine, for Anniversary, it was already predetermined that it was going to be dual Dokkan Fest and dual Carnival in part 2. Right. But if I think it is conceivable that this worldwide celebration, right, so Vegito and ZAMASU both being Dokkan Fest at the start, this could be a result of the survey. Dokkan has proven to us that they do actually read and listen to the survey. People will pretend like they do. They do listen, and you could. There's so many opportunities so many points we could point to that proves that. I think that there's a really good chance that the survey might have been overwhelmingly negative, so they decided to move to the dual Dokkan Fest and dual Carnival format for this celebration. Again, I think that the Anniversary, I mean, these major celebrations, they plan so far in advance that I imagine that was already locked in, but they probably saw the survey and then decided to do this as a dual Dokkan Fest plus a dual Carnival. Now, when it comes to the characters, people were a little caught up too much in the characters' leader skills, I think. Vegito's leader skill and Fusion ZAMASU's leader skill. That is not, I think, as much of a big deal, because it's like they literally could just make the characters busted. They could just do the page is like glitchy. Oh my god, bro, please, can I live? Either one of these characters would have been fine as a carnival. I don't really care. I like which one of the 4 LRs is a carnival and a Dokkan Fest. I don't care so much, because you could easily just make the character super damn busted, and you could just give him a strong category that they're leading, right? Fusion ZAMASU, he could just lead Power Wishes, dude, or Worldwide Chaos, or Battle of Fate, 200%. Like, they could just do that. You know, if he leads one of those 3, he's fine with 1 leader skill. If Vegito was a carnival, if they give him, I don't know, Power Beyond Super Saiyan, or Time Traveler, or Transformation Boost, or Final Trump Card, or something like that, he would be fine, right? Like, they could, one thing I do like about these carnival characters is that just the flat 200% leader skill. It's not, I would say, really an issue on any of these characters, except, I mean, they gave Carnival Goku... The problem with Tech Carnival Goku's 200% leader skill is just that all of the characters are fighting over the revive. It's a good team other than that. Metal Cooler, you know, Wicked Bloodline is good. Turtle School is insanely busted. This is a really good team. It's only Omega whose team sucks. He's the only one that it's just like, oh yeah, the team just sucks. I mean, I would say Wicked Bloodline is certainly going to feel weak at this point, considering they've had no buffs since this guy came out, basically. But, like, this team is just actually, like, terrible. They would easily, unless they, like, pretend this guy's a carnival and they give him, like, Patara or something like that. Like, yeah, that's going to suck. So I don't know. And the other thing, too, with, like, it's so easy to make villains just, like, super busted. You just have to make the character super busted. It takes one celebration. and you have Insanity, right? Was the Ginyu Force good before Captain Ginyu came out? No. Now, how was it right after he came out? Exactly. What about, I don't know, Dragon Ball Saga, right? We had that Golden Week celebration. Oh, hey, watch this. Just 3 insane free-to-play units, and bam. Like that fills out the team. It's so easy for them to actually do this stuff correctly. So we'll see. We're going to get the official announcement. We might get this tonight. The celebration starts officially at 2 a.m. my time. So it starts in about 14 hours. We're going to get the actual celebration. I don't like them being a dual Dokkan Fest. I think one of these two should be a carnival, and then a Dokkan Fest should be in part 2. That just preserves the momentum of the celebration more, I think, which is what I care about a little bit more. Remember, a lot of the community, they're just pissing each other over agendas anyway, right? For a lot of these characters, like, who cares about that? I just want, like, the best celebration with the best type, which, I mean, a Dokkan Fest plus a carnival showed that it would do that before. But we'll see. We'll see what it's going to look like. Even though I don't like this, I really preach to people to let the shit happen before having meltdowns. So, like, I would like to do that as well, right? Like, not the biggest fan, but, like, let's get those part 2 LRs out first, see what they look like, see what their leader skills are like and all that stuff before going on, like, you know, oh my god, rant, Dokkan fumbles the bag. Like, I want to wait and see before I go too crazy. Let me know what you guys think. Seems like, I mean, it's mixed. I mean, I'm seeing, you know, Goresh doesn't like it. I mean, I don't like it. Nano doesn't like it. But seems like a lot of, I mean, I just sort of like regular Dokkan users do kind of like this. So, we'll see how this is going to pan out towards the end. I mean, I'll probably do another video later on today going over what these guys' leader skills was going to be. I mean, I was going to do this, but I mean, now that we have confirmation that they're Dokkan Fest, we could take a nice long look. I mean, this is good. I mean, Fusion ZAMASU is probably going to be leading a pretty strong villain team. And then, I mean, dude, the thing about this character, I mean, they just, yeah, I mean, these are probably going to be the 2 best units in the game easily, I would guess. So, let me know what you guys think about these guys being a dual Dokkan Fest. Thank you guys for watching. And I'll catch y'all next time.